What's up YouTube, Sherpa Drake here coming at you with an in-depth guide to Vow the Disciples Caretaker encounter with challenge and tips for when Master comes out. First, let's take a look at the basics. We're going to break this encounter down into 3 different subjects. 1 being mechanics, 2 being layout, and 3 being strategy. To give you guys the best idea on how to complete this encounter, we're going to start off by looking at the mechanics. If time wasn't an issue, the most breakdown in the mechanics is us as guardians need to input the 3 symbols at a time where the obulists request it until there are no symbols left, followed by dealing 25 million damage over the course of 3 floors. Believe it or not, damage is quite simple, so I recommend focusing on mechanics over damage as far as loadouts go. To start this guide off, we're going to break into 3 teams: stun team, runners, and ad clear. Ad clears will be on the left or right of the runner's door on each floor. Stun team's sole purpose is to give the runners more time. This is in case the unexpected happens or the runners miss a jump. I'm looking at you, warlocks. When we're looking at the 2 players for the stun team, you have 1 backpack breaker and 1 face sprayer. So the face sprayer will be in melee distance the entire time on normal difficulty. The backpack breaker will stay at the top of the stairs or even further away. Caretaker's face will turn yellow after 4 suns have been launched, and it's up to the face sprayer to focus fire until the backpack opens. Once his backpack opens, the backpack breaker shoots the inside of the coffin until the caretaker becomes stunned. Continue this until the text at the bottom left reads, "The ritual is complete, power awaits you." The running team is in charge of promptly grabbing and recording any 3 buffs inside the room. For consistency reasons, I recommend both runners helping each other shoot the symbols recorded on opposite sides. I have a method to streamline this where the runner who opens the door will shoot the side closest to the door, while the other covers the opposite 2 sides. Once you confirm which symbols need to be shot, continuously fire at each symbol until the game reads the obelisk accepts your offering. Complete this 3 times and the game will read "The ritual is complete, power awaits you." For guide reasons, I'll explain if you're having trouble finding a 3rd symbol to collect, just leave with the 2. It is easier to save your life and run for a 4th time rather than pervading darkness stack, reaching 10 and having to run for a 4th anyway. Next we're going over layout. The encounter is split into 4 floors, with 3 of the floors being runner floors, and the final floor's only purpose is to hold the boss's final stand. Ad clears only have 2 lanes to focus on at a time, and I suggest letting the ads push towards you, that way you don't get flanked. The stun team will only have to worry about lining up the boss of 1 of 2 lanes, either the right or left set of stairs towards the obelisk from where it spawns. It's easier to get ahead of the boss than to catch up, so as both breaker and sprayer, I always move towards where I need to be before I need to be there. Runners will start with 1 door to enter in the room, increasing by 1 per floor. Any door switch will work on opening all the doors on that floor. Runners will start with a pretty basic looking room shown here. The next room will have the hardest because of the amount of space between each symbol, and the top floor will be the smallest room for runners. However, it can also be the most complicated with the amount of room for errors this floor provides. The floor has no running as it's only meant for a DPS floor. Now you understand the mechanics and layout, we're going to talk about strategy. For this encounter is pretty straightforward. While the stunners are giving the runners as much time as possible, the ad clears are making sure the people doing their roles don't get KO'd while focusing on the mechanics. And the runner's main focus is to remember there are 3 symbols. Anyone can shoot the symbols, so as long as you can communicate which one to shoot, you'll be fine. The challenge reads each guardian can only collect 1 symbol at a time. This will mean each runner will have to go in and out of the room 9 times. This isn't as bad as it sounds, but it does mean the stun team has to be on top of their shit. This will put extra pressure on them, definitely on Master, but overall this isn't any harder than normal. Hopefully now you have a full understanding about the Caretaker encounter. We're going to talk about the differences between normal and Master. Taking Master Vault of Glass as an example for damage differences between day 1, I believe damage will be the main problem for this encounter. I think prioritizing double slugs and weapons like Parasite will be huge. The only problem with double slugs will be the backpack breaker will need something to keep at range. If you're not prepared to do Caretaker with hot swaps and sweaty DPS strats, I might stay away from day 1 Caretaker. Hey guys, I'm putting a lot of effort in getting these guides out on time, so dropping a like or sharing to your Discord would mean the world to me. Going to end the video here, but hopefully you check out next week's Expedition Challenge guide or check out any of my other videos. And as the Sherpas say, a la vida.